Alright guys, hello. Let's get started. Okay, I have a couple plays from the first half, a couple plays from the second half. I didn't want to say do all of them just because don't need to do all of them. But this first one's play 5, and it's a Titan 36 counter Chester Louis. So we'll just let the play go through, and then I'll make my coaching points. Titan 36 Chester Louis. Alright, so just let's watch basically what happens on the play side between this end here and Lennon and Riley, okay? So I think, because since he's playing so far inside, I think what we told you guys to do is just to try and basically just double team them and then up. That way, then our first pull, which is Chester, can basically then go around and upfield. What ends up happening is this guy, since we don't get the double team all the way, aren't able to push him out. Owen gets stuck. Owen gets stuck right here, which means that he can't then get more depth. Which means I see he can't go like this. Because that's the thing, if this block gets made, like say here, they have one person back here and this guy, and we're gonna have two people there. So as long as we're able to get that seal on that end, it'll be better. Excuse me. Yes, otherwise basically play gets stuff there. And yes, generally speaking, since Shauvin's gonna do a standard three-man line, 3 linebackers, 2 corners, 1 safety. Whenever we pull 2, we'll leave the end for the first guy that's pulling to kick him out, and then we'll go up the hole. So I don't think we have too many of those. In this one, we have a lot of full blocks, so yeah. So yeah, basically just my notes from that one was for play 5, leave the defensive end, Lennon will go to middle linebacker, Riley down blocks on the nose, Owen kicks out the end, and then Kai would go up the hole. Alright, play 6, pass play. So I have notes for basically the entire line here, so I'll just let it play through, and then I'll make my coaching points. I don't know if this was, say, a screen or just that was just the check down. But first, my first notes are for Kai. So one thing that we've improved already on this week of practice is your stance. So just kind of just like, this is just a very good visual thing. Look at how everyone's back here is flat. But yours is more, say, vertical. We've already fixed this in practice, so it's fine, but that's kind of just like, this is a very good visual representation of why your stance wasn't as good as it could have been, and that's on me for not recognizing that. Basically, just my notes here for you, Kai, are that you just need to move your feet fast to prevent your end from getting around you. Because there, you do a quick inside step, which is good because you cancel out the inside, and then it's just a matter of just, making sure that you're kicking out as fast as possible to make sure that the defender can't get around the edge like this. That's all it is. Sorry, excuse me, I'm coughing a lot. I say the next is for Matthew. So you get a good block on the defender, at least you chip him. Ideally is basically what happens is that you're able to get, say, more of a inside. You're able to get more, say, inside like this, just so that way when you make contact with him, he doesn't, say, bounce off like he does kind of here. Basically, if you're able to, say, to get more on his shoulder, more outside or more inside on his inside shoulder, you cancel the quickest path to jet there. So that's what I have for you. Owen, good job blocking your nose and moving downfield for the screen. And Riley, since Lyndon's leaving for a pass, I need you to move diagonally, not laterally, to pick up the end. Because there, and another thing too, this linebacker, say, threatening blitz, which is good. I'm happy like you're focused on him, but you need to make sure that you're also recognizing the rest of the play. So basically, instead of going like this, laterally like this, I want you to go instead kick out like this. That's the thing. Lumsden did a lot of good stuff. Like this linebacker here, he actually loops around. He goes around like this. So like Lumsden was doing lots of good blitzes, and we just weren't prepared for it. But now that we've seen it, we can learn from it. So those are the notes I have for that play. All right, pass play. All right, so for this one, we see it's a 5-man blitz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is why today in practice, when I talk about say, hey, let's communicate who we're blocking, it's just so everyone's clear on, hey, if maybe like if someone assumes something wrong, that way we're just clearly communicating, hey, this is who I'm blocking. And, they're like, okay, I can go help on this side or I can help on this side. I just want to make sure that we're clearly communicating this. So yeah, right off the bat, 5-man blitz. So we need to make sure, hey, once we go to line, hey, if this guy blitzes, be like, hey, I got this guy, I got this guy. So what ends up happening is that the outside linebacker, left outside linebacker, ends up blitzing. So Kai, you do a good job of picking him up. Excuse me. You do a good job of picking him up and making sure that the end doesn't get through. Same thing with you, Matthew. You look inside. Okay, Owen's got him. Then you look outside, which is good. It's just, yeah, Kai, I'd much rather you just start immediately just say kicking out instead of say waiting to see if he does blitz. Just start kicking out. Just start kicking out because at least you know that since Matthew's there, you have help on the inside where you don't have help on the outside. And then for Riley, I know this guy is pretending. I guess to say it's not 5-man blitz, but this linebacker right here is threatening blitz, which I'm happy that you're recognizing it and are ready for it. But as soon as you start to see him back up, which I know it's very, very unfair, but as soon as you start to kind of see him hesitate and start backing up, I need you to realize, hey, okay, I need to immediately start, look towards the end. Excuse me. That's the thing. Lumsden was doing a lot of smart things. So now we know this, we can anticipate this stuff better. But yeah, no, it's a good thing. You're honestly, it's kind of like a catch-22 situation where, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because for example, if you do go for the end, but then that guy's blitzes, you're kind of screwed regardless. And it's also 2-on-1 since Lennon's already going. So take that one with a grain of salt, but that's all right. All right, play 10. Twin left jet sweep, just for this one, Kai. I just want to make sure you just commit to getting your block here because, as we can see right here, he kind of gets pushed down and, he kind of fall like that. So I just want you to be aggressive. I'm going to show you. Actually, you know what? Let's just find it right now. Whenever I do these videos reviews, I usually end up watching some stuff from back when I was playing just because it's good memories. But, yeah. We're going to go to team ball, filters, and you hit Bronx. We are going to go second quarter. And I believe it is play 6. No, it is not. Okay. Is this play? It's play 2. Okay, so this one is a jet sweep left, Gilly Gary. And I'm going to just basically tell you what's exactly is going to happen. So, after I cough. Excuse me. Yeah, jet sweep left, Gilly Gary. So we have both the guards pulling. I'm Gary, so I'm the second guy pulling, which is right here. Right here. And this is Gilly. So, Jamin gets a good chip on this guy, basically sets him up. So I know this guy isn't fully blocked, so he's my responsibility. So guess what? We drop the head, which don't do that. Don't leave with your head because you'll get a penalty. You'll get a penalty. Use your hands, use your shoulder. But yeah, if this guy isn't taken care of, lay him out, okay? And keep going. And keep going and keep trying to find work here. Let's just play it full speed because it's just, it's just a great thing to see. So yeah, that's kind of physicality and aggression I'm looking for you in you guys, okay? That's what I want. So, same thing here. You're pulling out, okay, you see, hey, he's not fully taken care of. Run at him, block that guy. Alright, I'm just recording this just because I coughed really badly. Get some water. Alright, I apologize. Alright, we're good. Alright, play 11. This one's short and sweet and to the point. It's a 22 dive. So that means we have to double team the nose tackle between the center and the guard. And guess what? We don't block him, and Ty gets immediately gets tackled in the backfield. So, all I gotta say for that, Owen and Riley, make sure you guys double team the nose tackle, okay? That's all I got. Play 13. Fake jet left, 24S Chester Louis. So, my coaching point for this is that if we see them threatening blitz like this, we need to cancel our pulls. So, we can just say kill, or just, just be like, yeah, I think just kill. It's fine, or just say, hey, stay. Anything like that. Because we don't want to give the linebacker an open lane. So when we do end up pulling, this end immediately gets a free go at Aiden. So we just got to make sure that we are aware of that say, hey, if they're threatening blitz, we don't pull, okay? That's all I got for that. Then we skip to play 25. Twin left sweep Gilly. So for this one, Kai, great block on the end to seal him inside. Really happy with it. Good job. Owen, good job on the pull and blocking the outside linebacker. Almost looks as good as me. Back when I played. Haha. A little humor there. Okay, we're going back. And then Matthew, good job getting a hand on the nose tackle. It would be better if he had less penetration on the line of scrimmage. So if he could take, say, more of a step like this, that way. But he still it doesn't make the tackle. But yes, I'd rather you try and make sure you get a nice cut, not a cut block, but just cut him off from that point. But it was still a good block. So yeah, that's all I have for that one. Play 26. This is when we're in our twin sweep craze. So, twin right sweep Gary. For this one, this just goes for everyone. Watch Lyndon right here. Lyndon has a great block on this end. Has an excellent block. Hands are inside. If I can get. Yeah, hands are inside. His feet are continuously moving, so that maintains it to be a legal block. Look how angry this guy gets. He tries to rip Lyndon's jersey down and try and get him off him. So yes, for that one, that's like a textbook case of, yes, hands are inside, feet keep moving, and yeah, he just dominates him. Guy's not able to do anything. It's perfect. The only thing I guess I'd say is that, yes, it obviously would be better if he was just pushed inside, but in that scenario, that's the next best thing. So well done. And the other thing too, Owen, good job recognizing that, hey, I can't go, say, around Lyndon like this. So instead, you just cut your losses and you just go straight like this. Just because yes, that's way faster than trying to go around him. You end up blocking tie, which is pretty funny. And yeah, it's a good block. It's a good play. So well done on that one. Then for this next one, play 27. So I play through. So, why was that play a 11-yard gain instead of a -2? Well, let's look at this block. Kai, unfortunately, don't get a good block on the left end, but that's fine because this is a team game. Or at least I should rephrase that. We don't get a good crack at all. But guess what? This is a team game. So Owen, hey, recognizes, hey, this guy's undefended, blocks him immediately, allows Aiden to, be outside, be fast, okay? So it's a good job. Good job recognizing, hey, first threat, recognizing it and blocking him, okay? Well done. All right, play 29. It's just good pass protection from all of you guys. Just well done. Unfortunately, that's just a pick, but hey, I'm just happy with how you guys did pass protection wise. Jed got a little bit of happy feet. That happens. All right, play 34. So this one is basically the one where you get, Kai, this is just for you, where you get beat inside by the defensive end. And what's our golden rule? We protect inside out. So you need to make sure you take away his inside route by stepping in, forcing him outside, and then kick stepping out. And these last two practices you've been doing a really good job, but just something that we just always need to keep in mind, particularly and now that Ty's playing end as well, same thing. Cut off the inside, force him outside. And on this one, Owen, we're going to talk about open field blocks. So Ty does a good job getting a bit of a chip on him, and I guess just, and this is just going to come with experience. I want you to understand, just think about, okay, where am I between this defender and Aiden? Because right now, from what it looks like, Aiden's more outside, you're inside, this guy's outside too. So, we know Aiden's kind of moving like this. We know the defender is going to be moving like this. Because they're both trying to get wide. We know they're both trying to get wide. And what happens is that you kind of go more like this. You take more of a inside route. Or, sorry, you go more upfield instead of wide. You go upfield instead of wide. You go like that. But yes, which allows him to beat you to the outside, which gets Aiden tackled. So, coaching point from that, be aware, just thinking about in space, okay, I know Aiden's trying to get outside. I know that guy's trying to get outside, so then I need to go outside. That's what it is. So instead of aiming for, his his inside shoulder, say right here being the aiming point, aim outside, or even aim like say here. Aim to where he's gonna be, not where he is. That's all I got for that one. All right, play 37. Kai. Unfortunately, this is the one where you guy basically bull rushed you, pushed you back for how many yards, and basically sacked Jet that way. It happens. That's all right. We learned from this. So, we already talked about this, but yes, to stop the bull rush, you got to be aggressive. And you got to plant your feet and set your feet. Because here, all he really does is he makes contact, just puts you on skates. You're just going backwards. So, make sure that we plant our feet, be aggressive, because you're in a good position. Your hands were inside. It probably would have been better because if you know like he has his hands like that, try to get his hands off of you. But you're in a good position. You just gotta make sure you fight for every inch of ground there. That's all I got for you. And then as well, on the backside, we've got something fun that happens. We've got a stunt, or a twist, but it's usually called stunts. It's between this defensive end and the nose. So, what happens? Nose goes like this, defensive end loops around like that. Not that. That's what happens this play. Well, the nose should shoot inside. He should shoot inside, but that's what I would do. But he doesn't. Regardless. Basically, here's the rule for twists, for stunts. 1. If someone leaves... Isn't there a text thing? Regardless of text thing. Nope, not that. Alright, basically, and I'll put this in... Actually, let's put this in the thing right here. If someone... So, basically the rule is if someone leaves, someone is coming. So, you know, there's, say if we're doing, say, a 5-man line, offensive line right here, and we're against Shonovan, so 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. So, a stunt could look like this. Defensive end goes inside. Outside linebacker goes like this. That could be a stunt. Where basically, hey, Vincent's like, hey, look at me, I'm going inside. So we have the end moves like that, and then they don't see the linebacker. So if something like this happens, Matthew, you need to be aware, hey, I need to protect like this, and then Kai, get on your horse, back up, block this guy right here. So it could be like a stunt like that. It could also be a stunt like this. Boom. Okay, bye. See you there. Boom. That's very much an exaggeration, but it could be something like that, where the nose tackle goes like this and loops around. Linebacker goes like that. It's very much advanced stuff that kind of gets rid of like defensive fundamentals, but it could just be stuff like that. Say if this was like a 4-man line, so 1 technique, 3 technique here, it could be something like this. This guy shoots inside, this guy loops around. Something like that. So yes, just the rule. The rule is for stunts, if someone leaves, someone is coming, keep your head on a swivel, okay? That's all I got from that one. Alright, this one, let play through. Excellent catch by Linden. So for this one, Owen, just make sure to keep your feet moving and blocking that nose tackle. We can't assume that you have help from your guards. If we know that our ends are having troubles, sometimes they're gonna help the ends. So that's why we gotta communicate up front. Hey, you know, if you're isolated, make sure we can make that clear. Matthew, good job blocking the defensive end. Feet were moving, hand placement was good. Well done, thumbs up. And on this one, Riley, you overset your defender, the defensive end. So basically what that means is that, you know, if we draw us up, that one's not all the way out there. Guys like right here, Len's going like this. Basically, Buddy kind of went like this. You overset, so you kind of got into this position, which allowed him to go inside from there. So basically, what we want to have happen is basically get to, say, this spot. Basically, you'll get to, say, this spot, this relationship. Essentially, where basically you maintain, hey, I'm protecting inside, which forces him to go outside. We always want to make sure we maintain the golden rule of kicks up, leg, down the middle of the guy. So that way we don't get beat inside. Alright, that is play 41, and that's the last play of that I wanted to talk about. How long has this been? It's been 26 minutes. Okay. So, what else? What else do we want to talk about? Oh, we can go back. Back to 2018. There's just some good pass plays I actually saw in the Lumsden game. I was also watching because, you know, I like to reminisce and get all nostalgic. Yes, here's what I'll do. Team ball, and you hit Bronx. Play type. Pass. So, for all my guards out there in center, you see how, okay, so Lumsden's running a 3-man line with 3 linebackers. Well, it's a 3-4 with, no, yeah, it's a 3-3. It's a 3-3 safety, 2 corners. But I want you to pay attention to number 52, right? Oh my God, why is that so? Jesus. I want you to pay attention to, okay, now it's too small. Pay attention to number 52 right here. It's yours truly, Coach Horseman. Just watch how I pass it. I pass check this. So, what do we talk about? The interior 3 set the depth of the pocket. So, watch this. Do we give any ground against this nose? Nope. No ground is given against this nose. I don't know. Say this end gets a free go, which is bad, but whatever. Yes. Look at how basically me and William are able to set the pocket, don't give any ground, which yes, if we had an end blocking those guys outside, Reese would be able to step into the pocket and be able to throw because we didn't give him any ground. Same thing here. Pass section. Look. I am right here. Just look. Look at my feet. Look at my feet. Pay attention to my feet. This is very important. Pay attention to my feet. Ball snapped. 1, 2, 3, 4. All I'm doing there is I'm just pounding my feet, keeping them warm, and I'm just ready to react to what the nose tackle does. That's all I'm doing there. I'm just reading and reacting. And I say, okay, no, he's just going head up. All right, just block him, whatever. Run block him. You only need to say kick step and pound step if the guy is outside our rule. If he's head up, that's fine as an interior offensive lineman. That if he's head up, just basically run block him. Don't give him any yards, okay? That's what you gotta do. Next play. It's a tutty. It's a tutty. Same thing. R52 right here. We got our right end going for a pass, so and then the nose tackle ends up, or is it linebacker? Linebacker's there, so William picks the linebacker. That means my responsibility is the nose tackle, because right here linebacker starts pre-snap. So I realize, hey, my responsibility is the nose tackle. Boom, 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 chop, chop, chop. Okay, push him outside, push him outside, push him outside. Easy touchdown. Easy touchdown. All right, that's not for pass types. Let's look at some runs now. One thing that, I've said a lot is, we have to be fast off the ball. You guys look at my get off here, because I've, told you guys how important it is to make sure that you guys are fast and they have good to get off the ball. Okay, so ball's right here. Ball snapped. Me and William are basically already going before the defensive ends or even the rest of our line are going. And look how fast I'm up to second level and blocking. That's why it's so important to make sure that we're fast off the ball, okay? That's why it's so important. All right, look at this, 77-yard run. It's a tutty. Right here. Ball's right here. Ball snapped. I'm already starting to rotate, and I'm out of my stance, whipping my head to bucket stop. There. Don't see anyone's outside. Okay, up the hole. Block the nose tackle. Because guess what? No one's outside. Nose tackle is my only responsibility then. Because I don't need to. There's no one outside. He's the first threat. Double team him. William gets a hand on the corner. Guess what? Justin's just the fastest guy on the field. And guess what, guys? Here's the nice thing. You have his little brother, who's just as fast as him. So, with that being said, takeaways from the Lumsden game. They're going to be in the Google Doc there. So just look at the Google Doc. But just general takeaways, guys. Make sure we are fast. Make sure we are aggressive. And yes, I'm not kidding. If you guys want to go back and look at the game film from 2017, 2018, 2019, and just see how things were run then, you might pick up a good bit of information. But more importantly, focus on the playbook, look at Shonovan's stuff. But yes, if you guys want to just say, look at a good example of how things are run there. Actually, you know what? We're going to go to the fourth quarter because there's a really good run there. Oh, this one's also a fun one. Not this one, though. Or this one. Is this the double team? Nope. This is not a run. I said it's not filtered runs. Alright, here we go. This is the one. This is basically just a textbook double team from me and William, which is going to be right here. Even end up triple teaming the guy. But yes, look at the get off. Look at the get off on the ball. Letting him split us down the middle. And yes, this guy gets triple team. That doesn't matter. Guess what? Because Luge just ends up, makes guy miss, trucks a guy, and he goes in for the touchdown. But yes, this is how I want your guys' double teams to look. If anything, we need to make sure this guy could potentially split us, but this is the fourth quarter, so if it could be a little bit tighter. But yes, that's how I want you guys' double teams to look, okay? Alright. I apologize, this is a bit rambly, but yes, when I get to go back and watch some of our old stuff, yes, I get nostalgic, and it's just a lot of fun. Look at that, I got trucked. Anyway. Alright. It was a good practice today, guys. I'm really happy with how it went. Let's just have a good one tomorrow. Alright. Have a good night, guys.